Hey guys, welcome back. Another Digital Gate Studios production. I got Jesse with me.
Let's go.
Hey guys, it's time. It's time I posted my hunters list that I've been working on. So this is one of those decks where I feel like with Cross, you just had so much freedom.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, let me take that back. Cross didn't have as much freedom as Hunters, right? That's what I meant to say, right? So Cross, like, you really either define what you were going to do, whether it was the Cross 7, whether it was the Merva package, and that was just, the most recent set. Before that, it was kind of like, you definitely want to play this and this and this, and you can make some small changes. This deck, tons and tons of options. This first card, this is a staple 4 of. I don't think anyone disagrees. Monimon, on deletion, draw 1 card.
Yep.
This same level 3, I don't think a lot of people disagree with as well. The Gumdramon.
Gumdramon, yep. You
On
see a
play,
lot of that.
Yep. On play, by placing 1 Digimon card with save as text under your Tamer, draw a card. I really like the Digicross 2. Allows you to hard play this level 3 for 2, get up into Arresterdramon, and then you can attack with Rush because you'll kind of Digicross with it, and then you'll have those sources required for Rush. So, big fan of the Gumdramon. I'm also a big fan of the Psychmon. So this is not the typical Psychmon you're used to seeing in deck lists that are purple. This is now
the Floodgate?
Yeah, it's not the Floodgate. This is a new Psychmon specifically for this deck and this format. On play, you may return 1 Digimon card with save back to your hand. I'm not usually using that ability for the on play, but again, I do really like the Digicross 2. This card also has that same Digicross 2. Dracmon. I'm a big fan of this just because of the fact that it really helps you with your card draw, right? Because what's going to happen is this deck, way more than Cross, you get flooded with Tamers.
Yeah.
You get to the point where you're like, I'm tired of seeing all these Tamers. And it's not like Cross where, you play Zenjiro, out comes a Ballista, you play Akari, out comes
the Doru.
or
Darulu.
Yep,
Darulu,
so it's more like, I already have a Tamer of each color. I kind of, want to move on. So the Dracmon really helps with your draw. I'm a big fan of all of these inheritables, really. Like the drawing one when you attack with a save. This one gives you plus 2,000 when you have save. So the inheritables are actually pretty useful as well. I'm a big fan of this. And then I think a lot of people kind of stop at 12 level 3s, and I definitely can understand why. For me, this is like a low to the ground, similar to the Cross Heart style, where you kind of want to have a lot of level 3s, especially because you're tucking so much underneath your Tamers. So for me, I think this is personal preference, whether you want to play Choo-Choo, whatever you want to play. I like the Ikaki.
Yeah, the pencil.
I like the pencil. I like him a lot, not just because he turns into a Mechamon, who's the the really coolest Digimon ever, but also because of the fact that he's got a good inheritable. When attacking, once per turn, if the Digimon has save, gives him a minus 2k. So I kind of like that whole 2k removal and being able to swing into bodies and stuff. I just think it really helps kind of control the pace of the game. That's how I feel about it.
Doing the yellow things.
Yeah, doing the yellow things a little bit. So that can be, again, whatever you want, whatever you decide. Dive into our first 4. We're talking Arresterdramon. Arresterdramon, just a core of this deck. Core of the Hunters. Yeah. I think a lot of people agree Gumdramon, Arresterdramon, and the Monimon are just cores of the deck. You can't change those. You can't really deviate. But when Digivolving, if he has 2 or more Digivolution cards, he gains Rush. So this is one of those things where this Digimon gains Rush. So if you Digivolve up to Superior Mode, that Superior Mode still also has Rush as well.
Yeah.
And again, on deletion save, on deletion save, on deletion save, on deletion save. This one does not, but that's okay. My next level 4 is kind of the other theme of the deck, right? We're talking 4 of the Shoutmon King
love that
version.
artwork.
Yeah, finally we have a King version that people want to play. Thanks, Bandai. We've been waiting a couple sets for that.
Couldn't texture that one.
Couldn't texture that one.
Yeah.
Imagine if this had like the art the Secret Rare had. But now this was really nice. Unplay / when Digivolving, you can play a Taiki, you, or a Tagaru. So you really get to play your core set of Tamers with the on play or the when Digivolving, which is really nice how flexible it is. Also has Digicross.
Very
so
cool.
You can play this for 3 if you Digicross with another, body with save, whatever. I also am a big fan of the Inheritable, which you could argue Ikakimon. You could play the red Shoutmon level 3 to have the same Inheritable as this, which is, when attacking, once per turn, if the Digimon is save, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4k or less.
That's really strong.
Really
That'll
strong.
delete a lot of 4K or level 4s.
Yes, and then you can pair it with the Ikaki to give minus 2k there. You're popping a 6k, which so I really like that type of stuff. But The level 4s really help you get Tamers out. So this is another one that I like because it helps as well. On play / when Digivolving, we reveal the top 3 and playing the same 3 Tamers that this can play, but they come from your deck instead. So you kind of have, I have the Tamers in my hand. I'm going to prioritize the Shoutmon. I don't have the Tamers in my hand. I can prioritize the Digimon to really help get set up. So this one has a really nice inheritable. This inheritable has the same as the Choo-Choo-Mon. So if you like the blocker of the Dame, you can add more blocker by changing the Nikaki to Choo-Choo. But I don't know. I just like having all these different colors, I guess. So.
Really just depends on your meta.
Yep. And again, this one can Digicross as well. So there's a lot of good cards and a lot of good ways to make things happen. All right, so this is my last level 4 in the deck. This one cannot Digivolve on anything, and none of our 5s Digivolve on top of it either. It really is just a searcher, right? On play, blocker, blocker has an on play effect. Reveal the top 3, add up to 2 Digimon cards, different colors of save. He also has on deletion save, but I love his inheritable.
Yeah.
The jamming is so cool in this, right?
Really
All of a sudden,
yeah.
Your Arresterdramon with Rush or Superior Mode, right, has jamming because of that Clockmon. So I did try it as a 3 of, and I did like it as a 3 of, but I just had to make room in the deck because the room is so tight.
Right.
All right, let's move into the boss of the deck, the core of the deck, Arresterdramon Superior Mode. So Superior Mode can only Digivolve on Damemon, Shoutmon, and Arresterdramon. It does say Digivolve 4 from red, black, or purple level 4 with save. So if you're trying to use Opossumon or Yasamon, like I may have tried to when I first was building my deck and my ratios,
Had
right?
to reread those cards.
Had to reread a bunch of cards in this whole deck a lot. So, but I really like the Arresterdramon. This is kind of like the core of my removal in the deck as well.
It does the Bagra thing.
It does the Bagra thing, where
but even
you
better,
get around deletion by tucking things underneath Tamer. This is arguably one of the best Digimon with a removal type effect on it. It's insane
for sure.
There is a stipulation. You do have to have Tamers of different colors to increase the level. So for those, I'll just read it for those that don't know. When Digivolving, place one of your opponent's level 3 or lower Digimon at the bottom Digivolution card of another Digimon or underneath a Tamer. But for each Tamer with a different color you have, increase that level by 1. So if you have Tagaru, Taiki, Yu, that goes 3, 4, 5, 6, you can pop a 6 underneath a Tamer opponent's Digimon. But if you have another color, you can get the 7s too, so the level 7. So I really like that.
Which is insane.
Which is insane. So for me, this is kind of a preference spot. I think a lot of people I know like the Omni Shout, and I definitely understand why. I definitely like it as well. And I think they like to play more than just one of, but I've been kind of just liking the Astamon as a one of.
Right.
So he is, when Digivolving, you may play one level 4 lower Digimon card with save from its text from under one of your Tamers. But if he has 4 or more Digivolution cards, you can just Digivolve him into Quartzmon from hand
for cheap
or underneath a Tamer for a reduced cost of 3. So Quartz Digivolves for 9 on level 5. That reduces it by 3, so cost 6. And then you could
you reduce it even more because you gain memory.
You gain that memory back, right? So the Quartz is just insane. So I like the Astamon too. Another reason why I play 4 Psychmon, because Astamon can Digivolve for 5 on top of the Psychmon, and then you can then trigger the when Digivolving effect, assuming you're out of the raising area.
Kind of like Quartz Turbo, yeah.
Kind of like a Quartz little turbo package there. And I would love to figure out how to play a second Astamon in this list, but it's like one of those things where you don't need it. Like I think a lot of the best Hunter players kind of even know that Quartz isn't even needed because this is an aggressive deck, right? It is similar to Cross, where if you start kind of thinking that defensive mindset, you might lose. Where instead, if you just focus on speed and strength, right, you'd be in a good spot. But I kind of like having a little bit of the mid range, a little bit of everything kind of going on. So the Quartz is in here. It says it's 2 of. I tried it as a 3 of. I liked it as a 3 of a lot. Again, I wish I could do it, but the room is just so tight. So when Digivolving, suspend all of your other Digimon, all other Digimon and all Tamers. Then for every 2 suspended Digimon and or Tamers, gain 1 memory. All turns other than this Digimon, all Digimon and Tamers don't unsuspend. So that means if you're like me trying to use a Blitz Omnimon, it doesn't unsuspend.
Yeah.
You don't get to unsuspend.
No, that's not how that works, yeah.
When attacking, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers, then trash top card of your opponent's security for every 5 suspended Digimon and or Tamers. It's just brutal.
Yeah.
It just creates this devastating board lock your opponent can't do anything about.
It's a meta changer.
It's a 15K. It changes the meta. I think that with Quartzmon, I think removal is going to come back.
Yep.
So I think Gaia Force is going to be coming back. Iron Fisted Onslaught, things like that. But so it's a devastating card, guys.
Yeah.
Let's dive into my Tamer choices. So my Tamer choices might be a little bit different. And I've looked at tons of lists, doing research, and just kind of comparing and seeing what people think. I went with 3 Tagarus.
Okay.
I know a lot of lists that do the full 4. And I understand why they do the 4. But I think a lot of people kind of just want that like 4-4-4 split as far as the red, black, purple colors go. So they'll do like a 3 Tagaru. I really love the U Omano purple tech, the Bagra Army one specifically.
Yeah.
That one makes a lot of sense. I love when people play the other purple Hunter Tamer, the one the Opossumon plays. I'm forgetting the name. I really like that idea. But for me, I really wanted to have different color Tamers to make Arresterdramon Superior Mode that much more devastating to my opponent's quartz, right? Because I am worried about the mirror match. I am worried about being able to get out of that situation. So I wanted to have different colors, right? So for me, I'm playing 4 Taiki. Taiki's really good, just consistent, draws me cards, really helps the deck. Of course, both of these reduce the Digivolution cost when you Digivolve into things with save, so it helps reduce your Digivolution of everything. I am playing 3U. U is really nice. The fact that there's an errata on this is hilarious to me at this point.
It's a crazy
right?
errata.
And it's like
it's not even close.
It's like, it's so. But for those of you who don't know, there is an errata on this card. When you tuck the Digimon with save underneath, you gain a memory instead of the plus 2K. That's the Ren, the green one, right?
Yeah, they put the green text on the black card.
They put the green text. They try to ruin this card by making it green. No, but so for me, I'm sticking up with the different colors. So these are the last 4 cards in my deck. Is I'm playing 2 yellow and 2 white. So now if you notice, 5 different colors of Tamers, right? If Bandai ever has a level 8, Arresterdramon Superior Mode is covered.
It's all gone. Yeah.
Obviously, that's not the goal. I'm not making this just for level 8s, but I'm really focusing on the consistency aspect of getting those different colors.
I love the yellow ones because the yellow ones are crazy floodgate control.
Yeah.
They're great.
So this is nice if you're really trying to stop your opponent from, if they're doing whatever they're doing to prevent you from playing the game, doing whatever you're trying to do. This kills searchers. A lot of searchers are 2K, 1Ks. There's not very many 3K searchers.
Yep.
So I really like her to just pop bodies just for a good ability. I like the different colors. She also reduces Digivolution costs. For me, it almost seems like, why wouldn't you play this? But, I understand the lists that really just focus on these 3 Tamers here.
And then they just go fast.
Yeah. Or you even see the lists that focus on these 3, but they play more Watchmakers.
Yeah.
And I understand that, but I'm a big fan of the yellow one. I like the different colors.
I am too, because it stops like those Psychmon plays, the ones that reduce play costs, so it stops your crossing and all that stuff.
Yeah. So sometimes they're out of the range, but you can pair that with the Kakimon to pop things and stuff. There's ways around that for sure. If that new purple Tamer, that's also in the Hunters, that is also played by Opossumon, one of her partners, right, wasn't the color purple, I would play that one. I really do like that Tamer. But for me, I just wanted different colors. So this is what I focused on. Watchmaker's really nice because the Watchmaker on play is searching. So you can grab 1 Digimon card and 1 Hunter. And the security attack +1 does come up.
All the time.
Yeah.
Especially if it has jamming from the Clockmon.
If it has jamming from Clockmon, all of a sudden you're doing massive amounts of damage. So this is my Hunters list. Guys, I have been seeing crazy amounts of Hunters lists. At our locals, there was a version that just removed the quartz, turboed up, 4 gravity crushes, full aggro offense, and I loved it. And that deck won our locals at one point. So there's a whole bunch of ways to play Hunters. So I would love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comments. Let us know what you like to do, what you do, what you go for with this deck. I mean, that's it for now, guys. Thanks for joining. Stay tuned. More BT-12 decks on the way.
All right, we'll catch you in the next one.
Thanks.